Hey there! Oh no, okay, hi. I'm back to talk about Tretinoin. Should I start this over? I think I should start this over. I hate this. If you remember from my last video, I worked my way up to a daily use of Tretinoin 0.1%. Let's do a quick timeline. Started Tretinoin end of November, used it maybe twice a week to 3 times a week until February. Mid-February started using it every other night. By March, I was using it every night. I did my 6-month update at the end of May. I wanted to do a 6-month Retinoin update, and I got a nasty breakout a few days later. I actually made a joke in my sunscreen review of the Sunbun Tinted Mineral Sunscreen. Watch me break out. Just kidding. I'm not gonna break out. It turns out I actually did break out, but it wasn't from the sunscreen. It was just a really irregular breakout for me. The location it happened, you know, I had a whole video where I talked about this on acne. Basically, I just had this cluster of breakouts that happened right underneath the line where my mask sits. I was worried that Tretinoin alone was not going to be able to help me resolve those issues. I basically, at the beginning of June, decided to only use Tretinoin every other night so that I could incorporate other actives into my routine. I then decided I wanted to continue to use retinoic acid every night, but instead of using Tretinoin every single night, I actually opted to go for Adapalene on alternate nights, so that it just wasn't overwhelming my skin. The actives that I've incorporated on and off in the past 3 months have been salycilic acid, benzoyl peroxide, azelaic acid, and niacinamide. Starting off by doing every other night with Tretinoin while I incorporated some of those actives into my routine, I think was prudent for me to continue being a skincare YouTuber. So anyway, let's talk about what really the progress I've noticed. To be completely honest, not very much has changed. But what I did notice is certainly around the eyes, there's definitely been some tightening of the wrinkles around there, and even my eyelids seem a little bit less droopy. I mentioned that in my last video that my eyelids were of particular concern because I used to rub them a lot from allergies. They were just kind of looking a little dull and tired, also with some pigmentation issues. The reason I started using Tretinoin was really to control acne, to see if I could improve my skin texture, skin tone, and also reduce the blackheads that I had on my nose, which is still a really problematic area. I felt that I needed to incorporate other actives to accomplish my goals. And so that's what I did, but I did it strategically and I did it cautiously. Like all skincare, results don't happen overnight. You really need to give your skin time to acclimate, adjust, and then improve. I've been patient. I've noticed definitely some changes in the hyperpigmentation. Remember, these marks can stay with you for sometimes a couple of years. And so even seeing just a slight reduction in that color within 1 or 2 months is really impressive. And I think that, azelaic acid is doing the majority of that work. Tretinoin really is also supposed to help reduce areas of hyperpigmentation. So it's possible that they're working better in tandem. Azelaic acid is known to work well with others. Yeah, I guess I should address the Adapalene. My thinking was that, Tretinoin 0.1%, that's the highest strength you can get. One of the ways that it works is by controlling oil production, which means that it can be a little drying. And so I was just concerned that continuing to use that while incorporating other actives that can potentially dry out the skin would just be overwhelming. So using Adapalene was my way of continuing to reap the benefits of using retinoic acid without overwhelming my skin. So yeah, that's where I'm at. So a typical routine for me would be on the nights that I'm using Tretinoin, I'll wash my face, moisturize with my niacinamide moisturizer that I hacked, if you remember. Then I'll wait for that to kind of dry down. I'll put my azelaic acid on and then wait for that to dry down and then finally go in with my Tretinoin. Sometimes I'll use the Tretinoin on my eyes, other times I won't. And then the following day, I'll just switch the Tretinoin for Adapalene, and then I'll typically opt to use the Adapalene around my eyes and on my neck, as these are just more sensitive. I'll probably do some type of a nighttime routine. People have expressed interest in seeing how I apply Tretinoin around my eyes. I hope you're subscribed. Please subscribe if you're not. And you could turn on the notifications. Also, not to be demanding, but you could give the video a thumbs up as well. Thank you so much. Oh, okay, so what do I want to see improved in the future? You know, I'm gonna continue using the combination of these actives because I really feel like they do work better together. It's not just me who feels that way, it's researchers and like people like that. I cannot stay on one line of thought. I was talking about what I want to see improved. So hopefully with the combination of these actives that I've now incorporated, I'd like to, like I said, see the hyperpigmentation improve. And I'd like to see my blackheads and texture of my nose specifically kind of soften out. I also would like the texture of just my entire face to even out. It's definitely like a little rough and it's hard. It's not scaly, but it almost has like a scaly appearance. Like Tretinoin is supposed to really like teach your skin cells to behave effectively. And so that means like telling them how to lie flat again. But of course, niacinamide can also help with skin texture, and also possibly azelaic acid, although that's not its strongest suit from what I understand. In terms of salicylic acid, I have stopped using that because all I have for salicylic acid is a face wash that I hate. I might start incorporating a leave-on salicylic acid treatment, especially to my problem acne prone areas and this blackhead area. That's enough out of me. Like, I don't know how I got here. Again, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel if you're new, and thank you for being here and being you.